Hello, friends and foes, fays and fiends, and welcome to Quests and Chaos. My name is Alondra Heilman, my pronouns are she, her. My confidence monitor isn't working, which is why there was that weird hesitation. And tonight, I will be your hot NPC creator, your heist handler, as we continue our playthrough of Keys from the Golden Vault. Tonight's episode is part 2 of Prisoner 13, which is the 4th level module from this fine set of adventures. Tonight, we want to, as always, remind you to check out our friends of the channel Nord Games at nordgamesllc.com/3.html. They make wonderful system agnostic and 5e supplements that you can use to beef up your game, which I might use at some point if we get out of the snowy prison and I suddenly need to invent a town or something. We are also, as always, sponsored by The Deck of Inspiration, created by our very own Thomas Cook with help from our Quests and Chaos community members. I will not say anything specific on screen, we'll save that for the After Dark, but I have heard that Thomas was able to hand a copy of the DUI to a very notable member of the TTRPG scene at the gaming convention that he is at this week. So I might save that and let him tell about that next time he's back. But, it's a fun, good time. Our players have some cards. We actually currently have a lot of cards, so there's some in the pool, but why don't we quickly go around the table and everybody let us know what you are currently holding as your starter card.
Great. I am holding the Scarlet Minotaur. By drinking this potion, you gain the effects of a short rest and can spend hit dice.
Yay, Warlock things!
Yay! Boosted regen. When consumed, this potion heals 1d6 plus 2 HP. At the beginning of each of your turns, you heal 1d6 plus 2 HP for 1 minute.
Ooh. Boosted swiftness. When consumed, your speed is doubled and your AC is raised by +2 for 1 minute.
Guiding light. You ask for guiding light from the gods. For a moment, you see a faint glow in the direction of your stated goal, and you sense an estimate of how far away it is.
And then in the pool, we have critical strike, vital strike, and bear's endurance. If they become necessary, we'll tell you what they do.
Yeah. Our tavern upkeep tonight is, I believe, at 57%. The numbers are very tiny. It looks like we have a handful of bits to give out. We've got 1,000 bits for the players from our very own Duke Fleeg. Thank you, Your Grace.
Thank you, Your Grace.
You, Ren.
Thank you.
And over this side, we'll go to James.
Oh,
Better than last time.
Trying to cat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
cat
fair.
that.
No, that's you let it land on the table and then you just slowly push it off the edge throughout the entire rest of the stream, I believe.
Yes.
That sounds like my cats and my dice. I have to keep them bagged up and away from them all the time.
And with that, I think we're just going to begin, yes?
Yeah.
When last we met, our operatives were called together for a rather unique mission to break into the prison of Revel's End and speak to one of its longest time residents. The mysterious Prisoner 13 once stole a dwarven fortune from the Axebreaker clan and locked it away deep in a secret vault. That vault has now been located, and the Axebreaker clan seeks the assistance of the Golden Vault to try and convince Prisoner 13 to finally reveal to them the location of the long-hidden key. With little information to work with, Gemma, Risha, Sloan, and Minwoo made their way to the snowy reaches of the spine of the world and got into the prison with surprising ease. Minwoo and Risha by posing as newly recruited guards, and Sloan and Gemma posing as researchers writing a book about the prison. They met the warden, they met the captain of the prison guards, and they even met the enigmatic and heavily tattooed dwarven Prisoner 13 herself. But now the question hangs over their heads. What do you use to bargain with someone when you don't know what they want? And that is where we are, right now, on that heavy, heavy note, as you are all tucked away in this conference room where Sloan and Gemma were conducting interviews. They were able to interview Prisoner 13 as well as at least one other prisoner, a very jovial bard.
Murderer.
And Risha and Minwoo have now joined there after doing a quick redirect to get the warden out of the room. You discussed some of your findings and some of your observations with your various interactions with Prisoner 13, and now, what do you do next?
So how do we bargain with somebody when we don't know what they want?
I mean, I guess you find out what they want.
Wait, what were you saying about the tattoos being...
Oh, I mean, I don't know a lot about magic. I've learned a little bit about magic, but doesn't it seem like if they can't, pick their way into this vault, that there's something magical about it? So either the tattoos are the key, or they have the information of how to get the key. Shrugs forever, it's a spitball idea, but I mean, if that's the thing that she's been bragging about,
Yeah.
and the tattoos are to commemorate things that are really important.
Do I know if that's possible?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
With advantage, because you yourself have some experience with tattoos.
Yay! Tattoos. Oh, yes.
Oh, I don't like that noise. That sounds like they're enjoying themselves.
That is a
The worst.
24.
Okay.
19 on the dice.
Yeah.
You know a lot about tattoos, as it turns out.
I mean, I've been tattooing myself for quite a while now.
It's true. So based on what you and Minwoo would have talked about from what he remembered last week, the story of this dwarf that he was on a ship with, who told him how dwarves use these tattoos to commemorate great battles, great events, and some of them take things too far, right, with how they utilize that. And then thinking about your own tattoos that you can change and manipulate and store magic in. When Risha brings this up, you're like, oh, of course. Of course these tattoos could be hiding the location of the vault, the key, the treasure itself, maybe, under certain circumstances. Which would explain why no one's ever been able to locate these things. Why, it took them decades to find where what remains of the treasure was even hidden physically, because there was no blueprints, no maps, nothing to find.
They basically locked away all the information.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
But they found where the treasure is, so...
But not how to get into it.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Back to your question.
how do we convince her to bargain with us?
When we don't know what she wants.
We find out what she wants.
And then we bargain with her.
Wow, that was
Question is,
that was revolutionary. Oh my god.
Crack plan, y'all.
Oh, we're starting off great.
I think we're in this room for now. But are either of you able to get anywhere near?
We actually stopped by over at her cell, and Minwoo
Just a casual stop by.
just casual drive by as she was being put back into the cell, and Minwoo was, I don't speak Dwarvish, but it sounded kind of halting.
Well, I mean, halting is a great word for it because it's a little rough on my end, so I had to really choose the words and...
I saw you counting on your fingers at one
Yes, yes. I forgot what 13 was, even though I said your number 13 prior in the conversation, but then...
You said it without thinking about it. You
Yeah,
just
I
pulled
was
it
on the
out without
flow of
thinking.
it. I was on the
Yeah.
flow, but sometimes when you're just practicing another language, when you start thinking about it,
Just, yeah.
Mm.
Did she give... She has at least seemed to peg that something is going on. I don't understand her, but she had that look to her.
Okay. Did she seem... What was her attitude toward that? Was she like, ugh?
I mean, she seemed amused by the whole thing.
Okay.
Amused is good. We can work with
We
it.
can work with it.
Yeah. Yeah. We can work with amused.
So she has pegged me and Minwoo as being weird. Let's put it that way.
Crazy.
Not incorrect.
Okay.
But we are at least, I think. I mean, I don't know how your interview with her went.
It was hit and miss.
We heard a lot about the food.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
During our intro meeting, they gave us these little biscuits with trout on it. It was quite delightful.
It was good.
For every meal.
I would not want to eat it for every meal for the last 70, 100 years.
Maybe we just need to get her like a good bagel, you know?
Just get her any other kind of food.
You gotta get the schmear on there, though.
That's
You
true.
need the schmear.
Light schmear, heavy schmear.
It really depends. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm feeling the heavy schmear. Sometimes it's very light.
If
very
it's an
thin.
everything bagel, it needs heavy schmear because you need something to offset the
The
heaviness
onion.
of the
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Well, sorry. Back to what we were talking about. So.
What were we talking about again?
Trying to figure out what to bargain with.
Mm.
I mean, getting her different food isn't the worst way to get in. At least
But we
it's
gotta talk to her without anybody else around, and that's gonna be.
a challenge and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've established a rapport with her.
Have you?
Yes.
Would I remember from training how many people are up in the observatory area, the surveillance tower, at a time?
Yes, you would. Let me find it so that I tell you the correct thing.
It was on slide 84.
There were a lot of slides.
I should have just built the PowerPoint, and that could have been tonight's episode. That's the After Dark, is the guard training.
Yeah, we just take turns like narrating the speaker notes over all of the slides.
So slide 13, how to deal with a crack in the wall. Now,
You know that it ranges between 10 and 20 at any given point, but also remember this prison is a tower, so that's for the entire tower.
How many floors is this tower?
A lot.
A lot. Great.
So probably only like 1 or 2 people on each floor of the tower. So we might be able to get someone in. Me or Minwoo could go into the tower because we're here as guards, right? Go in and distract the guard while another person goes and talks to her. Won't be able to do much with magic because suppression and all of that, but
Do we think we could get a prison uniform?
probably. It's got to be a laundry around here somewhere, right?
There's absolutely a laundry.
I feel like we could also talk with Bethra.
There's a bathroom. Don't forget the bathroom.
Yes, there is the privy.
Oh,
Very
yay.
important. Well, there's probably something in storage, right? Like, I would
Yeah.
imagine there's boxes of.
Yeah.
I probably should ask. Are the prisoners in standardized uniforms? Okay.
Yeah, the prisoners are in
What
standard.
color
days.
are they?
They are white, or
That's right.
like kind of white isn't even right. They're like raw linen.
It's
you
it's
know.
all of
Ooh.
the colors.
It's just that like super basic and
Scratchy.
yeah, not super pleasant. Also kind of lightweight for the endless winter that's happening like 20 feet north of here.
Yeah,
So-
what's the temperature like in here?
It's not great.
No.
I mean, in the conference room where you guys are currently, it is better. There's clearly temperature control here, but it is also definitively like the guards room where you are getting orientation. This conference room, the little room where you guys left your stuff when you first checked in. Those places seem to have a little bit, slightly warmer temperature control, probably some sort of continuous flame that is helping keep things a little bit warmed up. When you get into the central area where that actual like panopticon is and where you guys patrolled around the outside of the cells and then ducked in, that is significantly colder. Some of it just being that it is more open, so it's harder to get that temperature control.
We can check storage and see if we can get a prison uniform.
It's a lot less conspicuous to have one of us in a prison uniform if we're going into the cell to talk to her.
Or if she goes into the courtyard ever, have one of us in
Yeah.
the prison uniform and just walk alongside her.
Did you all get a schedule?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, it seems in about 30 minutes, they'll have some time outside.
Minwoo's looking. This schedule is written in common, but the handwriting's really bad, so it's like, what number is that?
You have to kind of squint and turn it.
Yeah, essentially,
Goes up to it.
everybody's sort of in like blocks, right? Where they'll have like, 10 prisoners at a time who do their various, you guys go to the courtyard for your exercise time, or you go to the mess hall to pick up your food, or whatever those things. So you're able to figure out kind of the numeration system and know that prisoner 13 will be in the courtyard for the 30 minutes of exercise in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, so it seems all the prime numbers will be going out in the courtyard in about 30 minutes.
All right, well,
That is an insane way
I feel like it's more for entertainment to keep the mind sharp, right?
You flip it over and you see that the meal schedule is based entirely on the quadratic equation.
Interesting.
Wow, you really got to be good at math to work here.
I'm just waiting for the Fibonacci sequence to turn.
It's a beautiful sequence.
So we probably can get a hold of a uniform. Enough guards have seen us too that won't work for us. But if one of you two can step into that.
I think, I don't know if we're going to be recognized.
I mean, there's no magic suppression over the courtyard. So if there's
Yeah.
any magical ways to like change your appearance.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you're writing a book, maybe you could say you're trying to have a lived-in experience.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking we get somebody who's like, I'd also like to like pop into the kitchen and just be a cook for a day and experience. Like there's some
love
options
this.
here.
Oh my God, Manuel, you're genius.
Are you gonna try to actually run that by the warden? Cause that's ballsy.
I mean, I feel like
We could talk to
I
her.
could totally talk to her
Talk
about
to
it.
her.
And if that doesn't
We're,
work,
we're
we'll
fast
just
friends
fake it.
now,
Yeah.
so
You look doubtful.
Good person. No, it's a good person to be friends with. I'm wary of presenting the idea to her, and then her turning it down, and then us doing it anyway, because that is like the best way to get close to prisoner 13 when she's not in her cell.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I am occasionally right. It does happen.
Maybe you can say for the writing, you just had to take the chance and go for it.
Ask for forgiveness instead of permission.
There we go.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. Okay.
D&D is a game you can win or lose, and you win when you make the DM make that face.
I only rolled one die tonight. This is already just spiraling all the way down.
But yeah, and me and
Risha.
Risha can make sure that you're all good. We can be out in the courtyard.
Yeah, and we can make sure that you get a uniform. No, like I them up and down. Yeah, I can probably get your size.
I think I can just, foof and,
That also helps.
that way. Yeah.
Well, the question is, do you want to foof, or in order to give the lie more substance, just be there as yourself in a uniform? Depends on whether or not we think we're gonna get caught.
I think I could spin it either way.
All
If
right.
I'm fumfed and I unfumf and I look like me, then it's, it's the same as if I was fumfed and...
All right.
Sloan, give me a raw int check.
Ah, that's the DM telling us you're on an interesting track.
I don't know why I rolled 2 dice. I'm gonna roll again. I'm so sorry.
Fine.
Brain. Okay.
that advantage earlier got to you.
Yeah, it did.
Burrowed into your brain.
Raw int. Cool. 21.
21. The thought does occur to you that the one thing you have to be careful of if you foomph is that if something goes awry and you are hustled into a cell, it will break that because that is a magical effect that will be suppressed by the anti-magic field.
Okay.
Which is not to say it's not a viable option, it is just an option that carries that specific additional risk if you chose to go that way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So the one downside to that is if I do get corralled into a cell, God forbid, I will no longer fump. I will just be me.
That might be a challenge because I imagine they have eyes on the prisoners pretty much at all times when they're out in the courtyard and until they're in their cells again.
Yeah.
Unless Minwoo or I or both can like catch you on the way through and be like, those crazy journalists want to talk to you.
You do all remember, too, that right as Risha and Minwoo were coming to the conference room, there was a new shipload of prisoners that came in. So you do know that there are going to be a bunch of prisoners being issued uniforms and processed into the prison
Bunch of new
over
faces,
the next
no one knows.
couple of hours.
Okay.
There is also an option, just to put it also on the table, that we get a tour of the surveillance tower
Okay.
and distract, and then maybe the two of you can try talking with her again.
Let's see. You can message from the surveillance tower to outside of the cells to let us know.
I could, yeah.
You could. I can't do that.
That's not a trick that I've picked up yet.
Not that far anyway. I can't go through things.
You could probably peek out one of the windows because there's the arrow slits.
The central tower is surrounded by the Tower of Cells.
Right, but if
we're saying if we're in the surveillance tower trying to communicate with
if
them
we're
outside
basically
of
like
the surveillance.
in this area.
Yes, that is a 75-story tower in the middle of a 75-story tower, so you don't have sightline is what I'm clarifying.
Okay. Plus, I think if we were to try to message into a cell, it would just...
Yeah. No, I think the idea is that if you're on the first level of the surveillance tower and we're outside of that cell.
on the outside of the cell.
Well, we wouldn't be inside the cell if we were trying to get a message.
Yeah.
If you're in the interior ring, so if they're in the central surveillance tower, which is the center point, and you are in the ring that is between the central tower and the ring of cells, then yes, you would be able to message through the arrow slits on sightline. Absolutely.
Okay.
If you're in the
Wait,
courtyard,
I don't
no.
need-
Yeah.
I don't need sight contact.
Right.
either,
As long as
so
you know where we are.
you have
I have.
a friendship bracelet.
Yeah.
I know where you are.
As Risha pets the bracelet.
Weird little bracelet made of hair.
It's my hair, yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
That's
well,
not weird.
I don't see why we couldn't do both.
Start with the surveillance tower and then move into the courtyard thing.
If we need to, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are also going to need time, once we figure out what she wants, time to
Negotiate.
get a bagel.
Bargain.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Well, we're gonna have to talk to what's her bucket outside, because if there's anything that Axebreaker can get to negotiate with, that they'll actually negotiate with, we'll need to.
We'll need to exchange. I mean, we can't
Yeah.
just empty promise it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and she seems entirely too savvy to fall for empty promises.
Right. I mean, as far as she can tell, we are... and as far as we can tell, they're willing to give her anything she wants.
Well, except being back in the clan.
Which I don't think she would want anyway, but we can always try that, I guess.
No. All right. I think we have a couple solid ideas. I think we start with the tower
Yeah.
tour.
Okay.
I think after we're released from here by the warden, we go down to storage and find a prisoner uniform, so we have that on us.
And then go talk to prisoner 13?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, Minwoo, the word 13 in Dwarven is... Say the word 13 in Dwarven.
God, thank you, gosh.
Khatun.
Cartoon. Okay.
Khatun.
Don't sit on the floor.
Khatun. You're close. You're really close.
Humtum. Got it.
Humtum.
Got it. Humtum. All right. She'll
Hang around you a lot long enough, I'll learn Dwarvish.
remember me this time. Make sure I say humtum.
That,
All right.
awesome.
All right, let's get this surveillance tour of this tower, right? Is that what you authors are intending
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do? Great.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Do we want to wait for the warden? Because you told us to hang here.
she's good. Yeah.
I mean, I did send her to go greet the new prisoner, so it might be a minute.
Is she greeting them all one by one?
I don't know if it's like an intimidation tactic.
Well, all she needs to do is walk around a wall for a second and stare at them menacingly when she's back, right?
Well, she could have like a speech prepared. It's like, welcome to Revel's End, where your revelry ends, but mine.
Oh, that's really good. That's going in the book.
That's terrible.
Yeah. I don't know what she has prepared. Apparently
That's
she's
chapter 1.
Yep.
revelry ends.
Perfect.
And then we'll go into like a little kitschy interview kind of thing.
So what are you guys doing for
We're hanging out. We're waiting for the warden to come back so that the warden can maybe take us to the tower, and then that frees the two of you up potentially.
That's my thought.
I mean, there was no one in the hallway because she left you two with the
chucklefucks.
guests. And everybody else is probably on, processing detail or going about their normal business. So
Maybe we can lead you to the tower and be like, yo, Bobby, Ricky, these two want.
I think it's Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie went with the.
those are the beefy ones who went to the
Yeah.
show.
Okay,
Went to
so
the
Bobby
show.
and Ricky.
Bobby and Ricky. We could be. I'm trying to remember all their names. I've been writing them down.
Okay.
But yeah, we
There
could be
are a
like
lot of them.
Bobby and Ricky. These two are authors, and they want to check out the tower. We hand them off,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
we continue our rounds and maybe just
Dip into
dip into
storage.
storage.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if storage is locked.
Do we want to
Find
leave like a
out.
note? Like, hey, we're going on a quick tour of the tower in case she comes
Great.
back and like, great, write that.
Here we
Add a little
go.
heart at the bottom.
Hello, we are going on a quick tour of the surveillance tower. Thank you so much for your hospitality. I'll put in a few lines from the Bard's song earlier. Truly,
We have a
did
great
we-
first chapter name. Put that in there.
Okay, yeah, we have a great erase. We have a great first chapter name. Welcome to Revel's End, comma, where your revelry ends. ... Sincerely yours,
What name did you give?
Tetra and Vic.
Signed and approved by Dan the guard.
Damn my God.
We should be
Slap it
very
down on
careful
the
not to
table.
give any name.
I gave the name Dan.
Yep.
Hello, my name is Dan.
Very good, everyone. 10 points for... Yeah, you know what? Here, bit for the table, because you did actually remember all the fake names. As well as the guards' names. I'm actually very proud of you. Well done.
Thank you.
See? Taking notes. You can reap rewards.
All right.
Yeah, so, this tour, shall we get on it?
Yes, thank you, Dan the God.
No problem.
Is that your last name, the God?
Yes, that is how I knew this was going to be my career.
True calling.
Wow, so good. Is that your father's name, the God?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
The guard passing it down from one guard to the next guard.
What did your father do?
A guard.
Oh.
I'll be in the back of the group, like watching out to see if anyone is observing us or noting what's going on.
And as you can see here, we have this central tower.
Are you guys heading just directly into the Panopticon? And I'm asking because the conference room that you are in is directly across
Yeah.
from the tower that leads in. So you're just going straight down.
Might as well.
Cool. Just, yeah, so you head straight in, and now the two of you see this very tall tower with these like little arrow slits
Holy shit.
in the center.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
Yes, as you can see, we can keep an eye on every single prisoner here. Looking at you, Humtoom.
Whose cell is on the full other side of the
Echo.
Looking at you as Minwu tries
Yelling it.
You hear some like hissing noises from a cell much closer to you, and you look over and you see like basically like a snake lady with like a kind of like a sack pulled up as a hood, just like snickering at you, but because she's a snake, she's just like, it sounds like
her.
Are there like little plaques
No.
outside? Oh damn, motherfucker.
Can't see who's who.
No.
That could be 6. We don't know.
I am gonna take notes on the random snake lady.
But open the door to the central tower.
Cool.
Hey! Ricky, Bobby. Nice to meet you both. These two are authors, and they are here to learn more about
authors like book authors.
Yeah!
Okay.
They're writing about Revel's End.
Oh, so they didn't commit a crime.
Not
No.
yet.
Oh no, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, authors like actors, you know.
Yeah, I
They
don't-
only murder people on the page.
Oh, it's like a metaphor.
Yeah.
Mm.
Except for we don't murder people.
Okay.
No.
What can we do for you, authors?
We were just very curious about, we're learning a little bit about Rebels End. We had some interviews with some lovely prisoners earlier.
Who exactly did you talk to?
The Bard, I think he was like number 72.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you got any sort of interview. He never shuts up.
He did rather enjoy our questions and answered them in song, which was not
Yeah, he
unpleasant.
does that too.
It was kind of refreshing after some of the...
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
he like brutally murdered several people.
Yeah,
Right,
we
okay.
did get that
Yeah.
as well.
Just
Yes,
checking that
we're
you got.
aware.
But
okay.
it was, I will say, slightly refreshing after Prisoner 13
Oh.
and
Oh yeah, she's
ruskness of that.
kind of terse.
Just full wall. Just such a wall there, you know? There's got to be some trauma going on.
I mean, she does pretty much spend most of her day sort of like staring at the wall, kind of smiling to herself. It's kind of creepy.
Making notes.
Anyway, so what can we do for you?
So we would love to
authors?
know a little more about you, if you're willing to just tell us about your day-to-day lives here, the working conditions.
You know, I'm not really much of a reader, but I really don't think anyone's gonna be interested in the day-to-day life of us. We don't do much of anything.
You'd
We,
be surprised. You know, it helps to just really build things out. The full.
what? I'm sorry.
A lot of our readers really want to get the full experience of what it's like.
Living in the most high security prison in Faerun?
Yeah.
What is wrong with people?
I mean, you know, people like to read books about murdering other people.
Why?
True.
Why would you do
I know
that?
people who like specifically go to shows talking about murders and things. So
Yeah.
I think seeing what's on the other side of that is very.
Jeez, Mom
It's
was
like
right.
a-
City people are weird as shit.
It's also kind of a preventative measure if you think about it. It's a deterrent for future crimes.
Give me a group persuasion check.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Well, at least it's not a negative.
Oh, wait, what?
No, and then I roll a nat 1. I'm just not talking.
I did not roll well. 9.
7.
13.
Why don't we add a bit to at least one of the 2 people who are actually talking?
Cool.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's spit it up.
Ah.
Oh, man.
Do you want one as well?
What do you guys think?
I
That
think-
takes me to a 13.
I think it's important to boost the average
Okay.
here.
All right. Let's spit it up.
We're a long lost cause, so at
Yes,
least 2
no.
of you.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's 19 now.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have a 19, a 13, a 7, and a 2. Great. Probably bits well spent because your first spread would not have gotten it.
This
Nice
at least has a chance.
and let me roll against their insight. Okay. Ricky's starting to get won over. Ricky's the one who's been doing the talking. But you look over and Bobby, who has been silent this whole time, just watching you guys, is just doing the scan and seems absolutely unconvinced.
See, here's the Bobby. Bobby. Yeah. I'm new.
I could tell.
I'm Dan. the guard. Full name.
Of the Dugan's Hole, the guards?
Yeah.
Or of the...
Luckily not, like, for a cousin, because all that incest there, as you can see, I'm not exactly the most,
No.
like... Yeah. Anyway, these two fine authors interviewed me on my first day.
Which is today.
And I've had a lot of great experiences here. And Today. And I can see you with your wisdom and long, hard-earned years, you could provide a different side of things.
For security reasons, we cannot allow civilians inside the surveillance tower.
Absolutely.
That makes perfect sense. That's going in the book.
So I'm gonna need you to take the authors back to the conference room.
No, totally understand, Bobby.
Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Lovely to meet the both of you.
And hey, like this is another thing to add into the book.
This is great.
There's a bit of mystery.
Well, the mystery and also the we are enforcing the rules even in the face of fate.
Bobby stands up. Bobby, you see now, is a Goliath and is about 9.5 feet tall. And he just kind of looks down. I really need you to leave now.
I'm gonna start walking. It's like, all right, well, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Bobby.
Catch you in the break room.
Please don't.
Walking back.
You see the snake lady still kind of chuckling at you as you walk by.
Just like wait, like do the gesture of shh until we get back to the conference room. Oh, that went poorly.
And just keep it up the whole way. Oh yeah, they're doing their jobs correctly.
Yes, such the best.
So good.
So, I think Risha and I will have to get back on our schedule. We can probably hook around to the storage area, and then maybe you two find a way to convince the warden that this is paramount to, supersede Bobby.
Yeah, she can pull rank.
Yeah, I mean, we could try. Given Bobby's reaction, I don't think we're gonna get anything different from the warden.
The warden might be a little bit easier to convince with a couple drinks. You're already in with her.
Yeah. What do you think, Gemma?
I don't know. I think even if we do get in, Bobby's not gonna be a help on that.
Yeah.
On that end of things.
Well, what's our goal, right? To be able to talk to Prisoner 13 without people observing. That's the goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he's focused on y'all, he's not looking up.
Minwoo, you know that you guys burned about 15 minutes on writing and rewriting the note and then doing that little charades. You got about 15 minutes before Prisoner 13 will be in the group that goes to the courtyard.
Okay. So
I'm gonna grab the note that's on the table that we wrote to the warden and just put it
Are
back.
you on the group that's taking this group of prisoners out?
I mean, we can pull Renew.
Yeah, we can probably do we want to try and get our hands into everything so we know what all's going on. Get the full immersive experience on day one.
As one of the older people on staff, I really think I need to show gumption and
Go-getterness.
go-getterness.
Risha and Minwoo, go ahead and roll me, we'll call it history checks.
Ew.
Wow.
2.
Oh, 17.
70. You do remember very briefly on slide 67 or so that Eula mentioned that for new recruits, they do want you to have served every post within your first week. at least as a buddy up to get the experience, so you start to understand the rhythm of the prison. So you feel like if you could find Eula or some other similar like ranking person, one of the, you know, oversight guards, you could probably say, hey, we're new, like, can we get in on the, you know, you might be able to just pull that card and say, we're supposed to start doing our rotations, everybody's doing processing, should we be on courtyard? And because so many people are currently processing new prisoners, there's a good chance that they'll just be like, yeah, sure, just go be at a post.
Yeah. I think I have a way where we can show our gumption and go-getterness.
Should I go get a uniform?
Yep.
All right. I mean, the storage is basically like right next to the meeting room.
We'll just hang out here till the warden
You
gets
gotta go
back.
through the what?
Oh, it's just like up north.
The door
Yeah.
Go up there.
You gotta go into storage to get to the bathroom.
Yeah. Which means it shouldn't be locked, hopefully.
So I'm trying to get to the...
Because if you lock it and you have to get to the bathroom very quickly, that's bullshit.
I'm wondering
Or Goliath shit.
if there's a, like, we want to try out a position as part of the research angle.
Yeah, we can.
Sneak a message into her salmon. It's not
What is it? Knucklehead something?
knucklehead trout,
Trout.
probably.
Yeah. Ugh.
So Rishi, you're heading over to the storage?
Yes.
Great. Also, because you guys came in post as guards, you have been issued your little, like, key fobs that open a bunch of the doors. You know that, again, as, like, the newest crop of recruits, you do not have full access to everything yet, but you do have a fair amount of access because, you know, you're working and we don't have time to do activations every time we train you on something new.
Sounds like when I worked at the hospital.
So you know that that'll get you into storage.
All right.
You pop into the storage room. Supplies here are stored in crates and other containers, and at present the prison has a stockpile of enough necessities to continue operation for 6 months with no restock.
Nice.
It smells very much of fish in here.
Just got gross.
Like preserved fish, but still a very distinct fishness.
I am not going to eat fish for like 6 months after we get out of here.
Hey, find yourself in 3 months on a ship, you eat a lot of fish.
I guess that's true. I'm gonna like scan the room and see if I can see if there's a sense of organization to the way that things are stored.
There's definitely some crates that have been popped into more recently that look like they got pulled down and opened and the thing was pulled out and then they were not put back. So there's a few of those scattered around.
Puts it back.
Just personal attacks on James tonight. I'm so sorry.
Organization is helpful for everyone.
But you do see that there are labels. Like there are little.
Oh, good.
You know, there is some. It's not drastic, but there sort of seems to be an area that is like foodstuffs and slightly more perishables that has some sort of preservation spell on it. You know, to help keep things from going off. And then there's more like dry goods, soft goods, and then looks like kind of maybe like tools and repair supplies or whatever.
Okay.
So you're able to orient yourself and know generally where to look, that you're not going to be digging through piles of just crackers.
Yes, I want the soft goods, not the crunchy goods.
Yes.
Ooh, saltines.
So I'll go and like find creative uniforms if I can.
Give me an investigation check, mostly to see how long it takes you. You're going to be able to find stuff.
Yeah.
I
or
will
later.
help in some way. May I give advantage?
You may give a help action.
By
You're also checking as you close.
Better. 17.
17.
Oh, you also have a -1?
Yes!
Ah, shit.
Why do you all have negatives to investigation in a heist game?
I
Because
know.
I put everything in wisdom.
I have so much investigation. +5.
Because we have bloody standard or rare point by I don't remember which, but something had to be negative.
Yeah, I do make it really hard on people rolling up characters by making them take negatives, because it's fun for me personally. It only takes you about 3 or 4 minutes to find Graith, and you open up and you're like, yup, that's uniforms. The thing that takes you the most amount of time is really finding ones that look like they're going to be appropriately proportioned.
Yeah.
Are you you're specifically looking for one that fits Sloan, or are you looking for one that, or...
Sloan, I know can do the boomf and change over, so I'll get that for them.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you've got... There's plenty here. You can take one for each of you if you want.
I don't have a bag of holding on me, so...
That sounds like a personal
Sloan
problem.
does have the briefcase.
Yeah, Sloan has the
do.
briefcase.
I did not think to give it to you.
Risha like puts that on their mental list of things to get when we're back in civilization, trying to find a bag of holding for themselves.
I mean, you are a guard. Carrying around stacked prison uniforms isn't the
especially with a
weirdest
whole bunch
thing.
of new prisoners coming in. That's true.
It's like I accidentally used a raid to set up a very convenient thing to help my players for this week.
We appreciate it. I'm not gonna grab 4, but I will grab 2. It's sized for Gemma and Sloan, approximately. I'm too distinctive to pull that off.
Okay.
And Minwoo's been talking to everyone.
Dave the guard.
Dan.
Dan, I'm sorry, Dan
Dan.
the guard.
Dave the bartender.
No, Dave
Dan
the
the
bartender.
guard.
Dan the guard.
All right.
All right. What do you do next?
Head back toward the meeting room.
Cool. Sloan and Gemma have a good solid draft of their opening chapter.
Yeah, we do.
Sweet. And the warden hasn't come back yet?
No.
Okay.
You sent the warden off to talk to Eula, who was upstairs in the barracks, and then also a new ship of new arrivals appeared, so she's probably busy.
Okay. Okay. It's making me a little bit nervous, but okay.
And Risha comes in. Okay, I have 2 uniforms. One to fit Gemma, one to fit Sloan, approximately. Yeah, I have no way to disguise myself magically or really otherwise. I am a small fuzzy person.
About how many minutes do we have left?
Like 5.
Okay, Sloan's
Does
just gonna
that sound right?
5 to 10.
Sloan's just gonna start undressing,
Changing.
getting the prison uniform on, taking all the stuff off, putting it all in the briefcase of holding.
Do you still have the briefcase holding on you, or were you forced to leave that at
We
the
were forced
check-in?
to leave weapons at the check-in.
Oh, no, I let you have the briefcase. That's
Yeah,
right, sorry.
because it looks like a briefcase.
Because it looks like a briefcase.
Yeah.
So that was me also cross-checking. I was like, I know you had to check your weapons or
Yeah.
hide them. No, you've got it in the briefcase, which is with you.
So all the magical stuff that
Yeah.
it's actually all in the briefcase.
Question. What is our plan if the warden comes back and we are not here? Or one of us is not here?
Had to go visit the privy.
Probably for like an hour?
Really bad digestive problems.
We were brought to Knucklehead Trout. That went bad.
All right.
It's a terrible plan, but it's the one we've got.
That's fair. Definitely been through worse.
I'm going to give you guys this one because I only just figured out how it worked. There's not really a good way for you guys to know this, so we're going to hand wave and say that Bethra was able to tell you this. The thing marked as the privy is not actually like stalls and toilets privy.
It's a hole in the ground.
It is storage for the waste buckets that are collected
Ew.
and loaded in until such time as disposal crew.
Should have waited till
Dumps.
Sloan got in there.
Yeah, I just don't want this to become the bathroom campaign, so I'm disavowing you of the notion that there is a bathroom. There isn't. It's literally buckets of waste that are stored in there until they can be
Bathroom
disposed of.
band, the privy pals.
Well,
It must be just like packed with how cold it's been.
I mean, there's a regular schedule, but it's again part of the rotational thing. There probably are actual like nicer privies for the counselors in their quarters and for the warden in her quarters, but you would have to go to those places and investigate to find out.
Okay. Well, I'm not in the privy. Where would I be?
I mean,
Went on a tour.
you don't know the privy is not the privy.
Sure, but then that's the problem of like, oh well, we gotta go tell them that it's not the privy. I mean, be a bathroom.
And wouldn't the guards know it's not the privy anyway?
Right.
You could be in the kitchen.
I'm in the kitchen. Okay.
Off in the kitchen talking to people. Kitchens are always really busy, hot places. It's entirely possible that you come in one end and they go in the other, and you miss each other, and then you're back over in the conference room. Kitchens are cool.
Okay. Sure. I mean, you can make the story. You're charismatic. Charismatic as fuck.
Figure it out. They died.
Okay. Sure. Prisoner 13 killed me. I mean,
It was probably the bard, honestly.
The bard lost his shit and killed you with his bare hands.
72.
72. Okay. I am going to cast Disguise Self for the tattoo.
Okay.
Let me just like make sure I remember how that works. Give me a second. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's not like we don't all pause to look at things up in the middle of game.
The amount of time that you guys have to riff because I'm flipping pages going, where is the piece of information? I know it's in here. And then half the time I'm like, it's not actually, never mind.
Given the amount of random information we ask for, I'm not at all surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I cast Disguise Self through the Masquerade Tattoo, and it sort of looks like what is that thing called where it's like a early animation? You drew a bunch of
Rotoscope?
Zathoscope?
Yeah, and then it spins around. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
that's what it
Oh,
looks
the
like.
the
Yeah.
like spinny thing that you have in your hands.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, but like the rotoscope.
Like
Zoetrope.
the horse.
Zoetrope, yes, there
Oh
we
yeah,
go.
okay. So it looks like a zoetrope,
Wow.
and the zoetrope spins faster and faster, and then it the moving image you see is Sloan transforming into. They're rather tall, so they're gonna be an actual, like, instead of a half elf, they're gonna be sort of Priscilla, like moon elf kind of vibe.
Nice.
Yes,
And
put Priscilla in prison. This is hilarious.
like long blue hair, but the tattoo will stay, and yeah, they look like a moon elf now, and
Cool.
they're in raggedy prison clothes, and also they look kind of dirty.
Little scuffed up. Perfect. All right.
Hello. Does that sound like Priscilla?
Are we actually like imitating?
Hello.
She has more of an like an accent.
Like a hello.
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 Genuinely important question. Are you actually making yourself look explicitly like Priscilla,
No.
or are you just riffing off of the moon elf features
Just the
and the
moon
accent?
elf
Cool.
features.
Just had to check because
Yeah.
that might change things.
Nope. I don't look like Priscilla. I look sort of.
No, you look like a
Like,
moon elf.
yeah.
You're pulling off of making your features more specifically elven.
Yes.
And giving yourself different coloration.
Yes.
Perfect. Love it.
I will take the briefcase. Thank you.
So we'll probably need to get them around to the entrance to the courtyard to join the crowd as they're going into the courtyard. There's enough new faces, hopefully, that they won't get noticed. But we need to move.
I should have asked before I decided on a moon elf. Are moon elves common, or are they like?
In Revel's End, there's like you could have
Everything.
anything and everything.
Okay,
So
cool.
like
If we are going with the kitchen, maybe we get like some crackers or something to come back with as a proof of kitchen.
Great. I love that. That's a great
Proof
idea.
of kitchen.
Proof of kitchen.
Okay. Regardless, we need to get them over there, like, now.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Now you come
Both
with...
of you sound like you're new players
Should
on
I
the
just
stage.
keep? I'm just
I'm
gonna
gonna kick back and text my mom.
Hey, Mom, I'm about to get murdered in Revel's End.
yeah, what do you send to your mom?
Just like, yeah, we're fucked. If you need me, I'll be in prison. Probably.
Forever.
TTFN.
All right, y'all, lead the way.
Here we go.
Well, you walk in front of us, prisoner, so you don't have any ideas.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
It's all true.
Okay, I'm gonna exit
Okay.
the through the door.
Where Sorry, there was a lot of conversation, and I've lost track of where you
That's
guys
okay.
did this. Did this happen in the conference room?
Yes.
Okay, so you are in that little, looking at your weird blueprint, the little point that is the westmost of your map.
Yes.
Are you traveling clockwise or counterclockwise, and what is your destination point?
I think
Counter.
I think it's shorter to go clockwise.
I think it's shorter to go clockwise, but it takes us past the entrance.
That might be to our advantage.
Oh, I see.
Because if we're going past the entrance, there's all of the new people, and we can be like, this new person just got scooped into the schedule.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go clockwise, I guess.
All right. Cool.
I'm afraid of that smirk.
I just want to have a very clear understanding of what's going on so I know how many d6s I need to roll. I mean, so that I know what you guys are doing.
What are you doing? Casting fireball?
So you, and what is your endpoint destination? You are trying to get to the courtyard to integrate Sloan into that group?
New group with the prime numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're trying to go straight for the courtyard.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I'm going to be
circuitously to the
I'm
courtyard.
Yes.
going to be kind and not try to require you guys to come up with a unused prime number that
All
fits
right,
within
273,
the-
let's go.
I
was like,
We're at like 300 because it was 299, so
Oh.
it's 300. So what is that?
301.
Okay. Sure. I'm prisoner 301. Wait, are the uniforms numbered?
No.
Okay. Fuck. That would be too easy.
That would be too easy. All right, so we're gonna like get them into.
Cool. Yeah, you start
courtyard.
as you start curving around and get to the northernmost hallway. You do start to see that there is more activity as folks are getting brought in and shuffled, and then past that, because you're approaching from the west side, seeing across the hallway you have people who are coming in from the main entrance, which is the center of the northernmost hallway, and then on the far east end of the hallway before it comes back down the next side of the hexagon, you can see prisoners who are already in uniforms and things getting ushered toward the courtyard area. So there is a little bit of jumble and confusion happening at the moment.
Which is what I was banking on.
Now, I know you're excited, but you have to go this way.
Minwoo,
Yes.
give me a pure luck check.
Ooh.
Bobby's
Knowing
gonna
his
get
backstory and my luck. Ooh. 13.
13.
Prime number.
you. Oh, hey!
Number, and the number of the prisoner.
That's a
pretty
5% chance.
To say, I'm going to treat that, because of the context here, I'm going to treat that as the crit. Yes. Not only do you not see any prisoners who you might recognize or might recognize you from previous excursions, you also do not see Bert and Ernie, who would be a little confused as to why you're coming with a prisoner from an area there where there have been no new prisoners, since they just talked to you.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys are able to kind of just like weave your way through and, maneuver around the kerfuffle. There's a very angry lizard folk guard who is spitting at a human prisoner that is trying to bite him. Who is just like, hey, that is not acceptable. Could somebody help? I think it's feral.
Oh my god.
And there's some other shenanigans going on. A bunch of people just being very sullen and like, yeah, I get it. As they're being ushered in, and you see most of the new prisoners are being very specifically pulled into that anti-magic field, into that central area, probably being crossed through to deactivate anything that might have slipped through any other security checks that happened on the boat and such. You make your way around to the northeast. I can talk. The northeast section, and you see the last couple of prisoners being kind of ushered out into the courtyard by some of the guards, and you're able to just kind of fall in line.
Shove.
Fuck you.
Now, if you ever had a backyard at home, this is your new backyard.
Definitely going to die.
You get a text back from your mom that says, okay, should I send some help?
No.
Okay. then sends you a video of the little fire mephits chasing each other
Amazing.
around the ottoman.
Oh, they're getting so big.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She has fire mephits as pets.
I love that.
In the courtyard, do I have flavor text for this? Let me find out.
It's a
I don't
courtyard.
think I do really. Yeah, it's a courtyard paved with flagstones which are covered in drifting snow. Open air, very cold because it's open air. You can see on the farthest northeastern point is a guard tower that is about 2 stories tall, has kind of a flat roof, and looks like there's 2 or 3 guards up top doing the overwatch of the courtyard. There is a door that leads into the guard towers. Again, from orientation, you need your pass keys in order to get into those, so only guards can access them, and that's how you go in to do your shifts up there. And you see about 10 or 12 prisoners sort of milling around, and there's a couple other guards sort of on the ground finishing kind of pushing everybody in. Looks like most of them are headed back towards the door to leave, and it's just going to be under the overwatch guards.
Well, we have to get up to that tower. Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Go and mingle.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah. 301, meet Halloumi. Okay? You both have the same numbers except for you have a 0. You're going to be the best of friends.
I love how Cheryl's just disappearing at the table.
Is Minwoo pointing at prisoner 13?
Prisoner 13 is currently just leaned against the northmost wall, and is just sort of leaned there, the head leaned back, tilted back a little bit, and have their eyes closed. When this happens, just eyes crack open a little bit and just scan the 3 of you, and you get the little and then closes her eyes again.
Hello, Haversack. I've been practicing. I've been practicing my Dwarvish,
We're going to die.
as you can tell. But I've brought you a friend because you seemed lonely.
There's a long pause, and then she opens her eyes and tilts her head forward and goes, "Interesting. I thought you were one who did not have friends."
Sloan just cracks up.
She just disappears into their hood for a second.
I don't need friends when I have a job to do.
Interesting. I have always found that having friends makes job much easier. Don't you think? Perhaps you consider wise words of Prisoner 13.
Do you have friends for what you did to get in here, friend?
We are not friends.
Did I say
have-
the wrong word again?
Well, your accent is very bad. Here, it is friends.
Friends.
Never mind. What matters is that I have many friends, and you do not.
I'm just gonna take a walk around the courtyard.
Go to the lab.
Let's do a lap around the courtyard, get my bearings.
Yeah, you do a lap. You see a couple of humans and a wood elf who have kind of clustered over in the corner, kind of give you the just the sup acknowledgement nod.
I'll give them the acknowledgement nod back. Just
You can also see that there is definitely things have gotten a lot quieter as attention is being paid to whatever is happening over there. Specifically because Prisoner 13 is talking to a guard, which
Doesn't happen.
you get the sense that that's kind of concern. There's a gnome with very wide eyes who is sitting in basically banging one rock on another rock, who is just kind of doing it's the super slow I'm trying to pretend I'm still doing a thing, but I'm very focused on that.
Oh no. I'm gonna sidle up to the gnome. Is it normal?
Nope.
Is it worrisome.
Yep.
Is she gonna kill him?
I mean, she's already in here for life. She doesn't have a reason not to.
Fuck.
I don't think anyone's ever tested it before, but we might be about to see them first.
You got any snacks?
Do you like dried trout? Yeah, that's about what I thought.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
God, I wish I could... Oh, God. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I could try to pop off a couple of magic missiles. It's gonna go really poorly, but not as poorly as this might go.
Okay.
Well, since you say you have so many friends, what's one more?
At which moment, there is a raucous, like, series of shouts that come from inside, and you hear an all hands, and a klaxon starts blaring, because we just got a raid from Questline D&D!
Welcome!
Welcome, friends! We are playing Keys from the Golden Vault. We're in the middle of the module Prisoner 13, and Dan the Guard is making some bold choices.
And the guard is about to get fireballed.
When there's only 2 episodes per module, make strong choices.
I mean, you're not incorrect about that. So, anyway, welcome. We're going to see how this goes as the klaxons start blaring, and you just hear the kind of like shouting roundup of like, all hands, all hands, all hands.
Shit, was this slide 12, 13?
No, this was slide 2.
Slide 2, crap! It was so early on, I already forgot it.
I'm like on the other
Oh yeah,
side.
you're like fully on the other side of the courtyard.
13, 301!
Fuck you, man!
This is your new friend!
Get the fuck out of here!
Okay!
I'm gonna grab Minwoo's wrist, but come on!
And are they asking us to get to the guard tower or within?
They're pulling you back, it sounds like toward the entrance.
Okay.
Let's go find out what's going on.
So, you guys go running back inside. There is a little bit of bottleneck that starts to happen as guards come responding to this klaxon for place. You see why instantly when you turn the corner and you see 2 humans and a bugbear in a full-on like brawl with 3 of the prison guards. Like fully prison fight has broken out like right in that entrance. So it is not only bottlenecking everyone behind them, but also like there's a massive fight happening.
Sure.
So this is also just outside of the anti-magic field. You realize as you suddenly see lightning appear from the sky and strike one of the guards.
Oh,
and you go,
no.
shit! So you guys are going to be out of commission for a hot minute in the pack of trying to like grab prisoners and break up this fight. Because of course, obviously, once some prisoners are fighting, everybody starts fighting to take their shot, right? So you're going to be caught in that for a moment.
I'm gonna reach my arm out with my sending stone and just video like, people flying to hit walls that I
You just wander down into the hallway and start TikToking it.
I don't want to go too far because I don't want to get in trouble. One of us needs to not get in trouble.
Oh, God.
And Gemma is our chosen person.
Gemma, give me a perception check.
Yeah, I'll do
Since you are, paying attention to what's going
Fuck
on.
me.
But
That is a 10.
Do you want to add a beat?
We have one.
We have one.
Is
Juan,
it worth it?
It might be.
Oh, fine.
do you want to know what's happening? Get a 6, get a 6.
I got a 1.
11!
Better than 10.
yeah, above the average. You are able to spot the warden running down to get into the fray. She kind of comes around from where you're at. You basically see her come down and duck through into the center part of the Panopticon because you're in one of the outer hallways, so you're not quite sure exactly where she's going, but she's headed that direction. So you've got eyes.
I will just pop back in and message Risha. Warden inbound. What did you do? Can't respond to me.
Do I feel like, because this is the first time that Risha's gotten a message from Gemma this way. What does it sound like?
It's just like
Just like your voice
there's
in my head.
Yeah, a little maybe slightly uncomfortable tingling in your wrist.
Oh, static electricity that makes all my fur stand on
the
end.
like hairs prickle up a little bit. Yeah.
I'm a Hadozi. I have long hair.
No, I know. So my
So it's
hair
more funny looking.
on your hair.
Oh man. Just like, ow, ow, ow.
There are worse options.
I'm aware. We picked the least gross option for this.
Kind of go, ow, ow, ow. Yeah, got it. And, help break things up.
Focus, friend. Ah!
Trying.
Cool. Sloan. The courtyard is honestly relatively calm compared to whatever chaos is going on inside.
Okay.
You see a handful of the prisoners are kind of like full attention that way. The group in here kind of knows it's not worth trying because even though attention is diverted there, like you've got these guards up here and everyone is right outside. Like if they suddenly sound an alert for the courtyard, they're gonna get wrecked. So everyone, I think, has kind of decided to just wait this out and see where it goes.
Okay.
Also, they're a little unnerved from the fact that Prisoner 13 was, talking to a guard. Because it seems like that is not super usual.
I have kind of done the round and was yelling "fuck you" to Minwoo
Yes.
as I was walking back toward.
Sure.
And I'm gonna kind of make like I'm just doing some laps around the courtyard, and as I pass Prisoner 13, I'm definitely like I had my arms crossed to where I was covering up my tattoo, and as I pass, I'm gonna sort of switch arms.
Which tattoos are you revealing specifically?
The ones that she caught in our meeting. So the disguise tattoo.
Okay.
Masquerade tattoo.
Okay, cool. Check something on her sheet real quick.
I like it.
Does she need bits?
Give us bits to give to the
We have no bits to give.
Yes, if you want to give me bits, I will use them for Prisoner 13 if you really want to see how weird this game goes.
Bits.
Okay.
And as I pass her, I'm gonna say to her, would you care for a stroll around the courtyard?
You see, because she's kind of, done that thing where she's tilted her head back, she kind of does this, and she just goes, come back in 2 laps.
I will walk 2 laps.
You walk 2 laps. Give me a perception check as you close the second lap to get back around to her.
22.
Yeah.
22.
Oh my god.
Notice all the things.
2 things that you notice. By the time you finish your second lap, the guards who are on Overwatch seem to have relaxed a bit. Instead of being like very present, like paying attention to the courtyard and the chaos inside, it seems like they have like eased up a little bit.
Okay.
They are not going to get called in. They're not needed right now. It's okay. The other thing that you notice is as you complete this round, you see just the faintest like flicker of like a silver shoot through one of her tattoos.
Okay.
You run around and she tilts her head up and opens her eyes and looks at you. You want to start jogging group?
As fun as that would be, no, that is not why I'm here.
Did they tell you who I am? This some sort of hazing they do to you?
No. I know who you are. We've spoken before. Briefly. And in Dwarven, I will say, I admire your tattoos greatly.
Yours are not bad. Did you buy them or earn them?
I made them. So I guess I earned them?
If you have skill enough to do tattoos like that, you earned them. What do you want? Because clearly you're all here because you want something. Your friend wants to get himself thrown off cliff.
I observed that. Yes. He's not the greatest actor in the world.
No.
Then again, neither am I. So, there's that.
You figured out way around it, I see.
Yeah. They've found what you stole. And they want the key.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
Was going to say, if they have found what I stole, there is no reason for anyone to be talking to me.
They need the key.
Of course they need the key.
And they sent us. Because they want to know what you want.
What I want.
And they've given us leeway to give you pretty much anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah?
They put no limits on you if I ask you to make me Queen of Blackstaff Tower, gift me additional riches to make up for what I am returning? You just going to hand that to me? That the plan?
Well, honestly, they didn't give us any bargaining chips because you wouldn't talk to them. So they don't really know what you want.
I mean, I don't want to talk to them, first of all, so...
Yeah, they seem like shitheads.
Yeah, they're, you know, my culture is very, focused on certain things, and, when your focus is different from focus of those around you, sometimes you come to impasse. Don't really, get along.
Just, you don't have to answer this, but for my own edification, what the fuck happened from your perspective? Because they don't have very nice things to say about you.
You ever work in group and realize that all you will ever be is another cog in machine? No glory, no resource, just good job. You have done what was expected.
I can empathize with the feeling.
Our clan, long time ago, warriors. Great glory, great treasure. We fight dragons. We punch beholders in all of their eyeballs. We perform great deeds and people fear us. And now what? We sit in shitty frozen fortress making sure giants do not come by and flipping off Aurel as she brings northern lights over sky? Where is glory in that?
So this was your personal glory.
Of course. Would you not take chance for personal glory if it was handed to you on golden platter?
Well, it's not about me, is it? It's not about what I want. It's not about what I would do. It's about what you want.
Is it not about what you want? You want something from me.
I want nothing from you.
You
plan.
want to do good job for your bosses.
Yeah, but it's no skin off my nose if, you know, it doesn't work out. I've got a client who wants something. I'm supposed to negotiate. And I don't negotiate well, I don't get paid, but I'm fine.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check with advantage to see how well she's convinced.
We have no bits to help. Damn.
Actually, you do.
Press your...
I did see some come in. You have 1,000 bits from Jay Wyden.
Hey!
It was not specified, so it goes to the players.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
I think there were other bits that came in, but I can't find them on the stream. So, whoever else may have donated bits, if I find it, I will shout you out. Oh, So is that 2 nat ones? Or...
No.
I rolled a 19 and a 1.
Oh, okay.
So, what you said, persuasion?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. I am less good at. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. She looks at you. She sizes you up. And then she leans in real close. And of course, because you are quite a bit taller than her, she kind of has to do the like lean in and then the tilt up. So she's getting way too close.
Hot. Okay.
So hot.
A little nervous about that, but okay.
And she leans in and she kind of tips up and goes, "The warden has a ledger in her office. Details, crimes, sentences, names, numbers, histories of every prisoner ever brought to Revel's End. Bring me ledger, I give you key." And then she just sort of leans back against the wall and looks at you. Give me a perception check with advantage.
Two entirely different dice.
I don't think mine, but they've been betraying me.
Oh my god. You said perception check?
Yes.
14.
14. Because you're now facing her up, you're a little flustered. This is a weird situation. But this time you do notice as she looks at you that on her finger, so all these tattoos drift all the way down the back of her hand, is a rune that you don't really see. It's not that common. It's called a keystone rune.
Bruh.
Son of a bitch. Cool.
So we have to chop off her finger.
Yeah.
No, we have to tattoo that on me.
¿Por qué no las dos?
Thank you, Elite Cat. I will be hanging on to these for later.
Yay.
That's for Prisoner 13.
Oh,
She deserves it.
She-
Okay.
She's made all of us get hot and bothered. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know if she's gotten Dan hot, just bothered him a lot.
Meanwhile, come on, get in there!
Yeah, but he's a dad. He's got
you
weird
are
tastes.
fully at the moment. You are fully like in dead mode. You've got like a gnome in one hand and like a halfling in a headlock in the other. Full-
Hey,
All people
you!
wrinkle.
Stop it! Stop! Ah, why'd you bite my hand?
Meanwhile, Risha is being one of those children because they're tiny, so sliding in and out and whacking people with sticks and running back out.
Yes. Let's see how this fight is going. Looks like a couple of people might have made a break for it outside, so that's kind of really splitting the focus because they hadn't quite gotten in yet, and they're like, "We're gonna take advantage."
Can I?
Yeah. What would you like?
Can I Eldritch Blast one of them? The ones that's running.
Yeah. You're outside the anti-magic field. If you want to just slam somebody in the back, that's fine.
Oh my
I'm here to
I mean,
help.
force doesn't have to be lethal.
I love it.
It doesn't have to be lethal. I just want to like get him in the knee, you know?
Yeah.
Arrow to the knee. We'll see if it even hits.
Use
No,
the
that's
adventure.
that one.
Oh no.
Good warning shot though.
Wow.
You're
gonna want to stop.
Yeah, it just boofs into the snow, but it does make a nice like in the snow, and he's like, "Oh shit!" and, like keeps trying to run.
That one. That one. What was it? Can? Can. Can.
Oh no.
I think Risha will pick up on what Gemma's doing and be like, ah, fuck, because they know they're the fastest of the group. Drop the gnome that they've been beating against a wall.
Oh my god.
Filming that.
Risha's a street kid, and go tearing after the ones who are going with all 40 feet of movement.
Yeah. As you're going in, you suddenly see from one of the other guard towers, you do see an Aarakocra like jump and do like the dive glide to kind of like meet you to try to like intercept these guys.
Yeah.
It's a wild party inside.
If anyone just yelled Jonathan in your head, congratulations, you are one
It's
of my
not
people.
Jonathan. He's not a guard. He's a counselor, and he's not currently here. The
Correct.
module says so. I'm just being clear for everyone.
Correct, but I also yelled Jonathan in my head, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is Sid. Yeah.
I love it.
Anyway. Yeah, it takes another. You guys can roll. James, roll me a d12. I don't get enough love.
10.
10. Takes another 10 minutes to subdue the prison riot, but it is finally dealt with. Gemma, your mom has been responding, like emoji responding to all these videos that you're sending.
At
and,
least
like,
the end is entertaining.
yeah. Yeah. And out in the courtyard, you keep hearing the peaks and dips of things. Are you doing anything else while you're out here?
Brain. I think I'd just sort of stand there for a minute, just contemplating that. Like, why would you need that? That seems like too simple.
Right.
That's all you want?
Sometimes life is simple.
You don't want to get out of here?
I have everything I need right here. And she very deliberately holds up both arms as you can see all of this not work. And as she does, you see the little silver ripples run through, and you know these tattoos are magical.
All right. I will see what I can do.
Thank you.
Thank you. You've been entirely reasonable.
I am not so bad once you get to know me.
You're really not.
I just have different goals than others.
I am curious. And forgive me if I am stepping out of bounds. How... I am curious about your name. But I want to know if you would like me to not read it. Because I want to respect your privacy and your preferences.
Has been a long time since I have used the name. You must have known dwarves. I can see in your tattoos. Even if you gave them to yourself, you learned them from someone.
I did.
Then you know what names mean. Yes?
I do.
It's not that important. Not anymore. People who need to know me know what to call me. But back when I was part of Axebreaker clan, I was sometimes called Corda Glintstone. I tell you this now, and I also tell you this. Anyone who knew me by that name is not anyone you should be doing business with. What name do I call you?
You can call me Sloan.
Sloan. It's a nice name.
Thanks.
Sounds like a riot will be over in 2 minutes.
You got that timing down really, really
Well, I told them take 15. So,
Okay. Got it.
after that point, not much point in fighting anymore.
Right, yeah.
They don't get paid after 15.
Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. I'll just sort of hang out.
Sure enough, in about 2 minutes, you hear everything sort of died down except for the loudspeaker of the warden. All right, that is enough. All prisoners report to your cells immediately. Guards to your, like, just the full, like, whatever, as
The full mom voice.
yeah, everyone just fully, like, kind of peels themselves off of each other. People who are more badly injured start kind of getting bundled up to be taken to the infirmary. Folks who are just kind of roughed up or have, like, the bloody noses are kind of hustled back to cells in their various corners and things like that. A few of the guards that were in the hallway pop into the courtyard to kind of round everybody up and take everybody back to the cells. Make me... I'll let you pitch what skill you want to use. If you want to make me a check to kind of get lost in the crowd to be able to go try to duck out of prisoner mode before you are incidentally put in a cell.
Okay. I will go with stealth.
Okay. Yeah, it's like my inclination is stealth, but I will let you, if you want to do like a dex check or something, just slide around.
Hearing the warden make
Yes.
that announcement, may I be looking for Sloan after
Yes.
I tell one of the halflings, like, you bite him again.
Yeah.
We're gonna have words.
Yeah,
okay?
you and Risha can absolutely be on alert for Sloan because you would notice that everybody is now being pulled, like that we are fully breaking routine. Everybody's getting locked back up while they sort out what the heck just happened. So
So advantage or roll helping? Like I'm trying to help in the way by looking.
give me
for them.
perception checks.
Okay.
If you roll high enough perception to spot, then I will allow you to provide
believe I got
advantage by
16.
like
22.
22? Easily roll with advantage on your stealth.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, you both notice her.
Yeah.
Notice them.
21.
21. Yeah, you slip through. You probably are able to spot Minwoo pretty easily, and you are able to just sort of weave your way around, and the two of you are able to kind of fold in to kind of essentially do like a weird like blob, sort of like give you cover to get you back to like the conference room or
Yeah.
the storage room, somewhere where you can duck out of the way.
And while they're doing that, I'm definitely like drawing attention by making a little bit more noise to pull eyes away from them as they're making that corner.
Yeah, you guys, full team effort.
Absolutely.
Reconvening back in the conference room where Gemma is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let Sloan through and then kind of like body block the door and like text.
Just dropping
so that
disguise
people
self,
can- yeah.
fully changing all of my clothes, keeping all my magical items in there.
Yeah.
Quick change.
Your mom is sending you photos of the Earth Genasi that she's been dating recently. He is really beefy, and so the fire methods are really tiny. He can like hold them in one hand. It's very cute.
Good job, Mom.
Those are some solid biceps. Do you know his routine?
Like just, I mean, I think he's just carved that way.
As you drop, you shift back. This riot is dispersed. And now you know what Prisoner 13 wants, but with the high alert of the lockdown, might be a challenge to get. And that is where we are going to take our break. We'll be back in just a few minutes when 6 people can use one bathroom. Please stick around. Chat in the comments about what you think these folks are going to do to solve this problem, or if you even think they should help Prisoner 13. And we'll be back very, very shortly. Thank you.
Claire.